Fuck off. Oh, wait, yes. No,
Oh, sorry.
Jules, you're welcome. Go live.
Say JoJo when it starts.
Jojo.
Let me know.
Oh my goodness.
I'm nervous.
And it has officially started.
Has it? Are you 100% sure?
No.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Yep.
It has. Fuckers.
Well, whoever's listening, hey guys, welcome to our first Anime Legend podcast with your host here, Chris, Andrew, and Dante from Anime and Mega Legends, and Fally-Senpai from Enter the Fally Zone, along with nobody else. So, guys, since this is our first live stream here, we're here talking about all the amazing things in the anime world. So first, we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm Chris. You guys know me as the admin and the owner of Anime and Manga Legends. And that's pretty much it. I'm pretty in charge of a couple other projects and stuff and that we're involved with, including our Anime Legend site, which is animelegend.org. If you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and check it out. We do reviews, updates, news, recommendations. So keep following that. Things will get bigger in time. And check out our Facebook page at Anime Legend Facebook. So we have here Andrew. Introduce yourself.
Hello, guys. I'm sure you guys already know me from Anime and Manga Legends. I'm, of course, the admin. And, yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have gotten to know me and my personality. So, yeah. JoJo.
JoJo forever. We have Folly here, Fally-Senpai from Enter the Fally Zone.
Oh, yes, hello there. I'm Folly, and I don't really know what to say as my introduction. They were actually going to say something else to me later on, but that's later on. I guess one thing to let everyone know now is that I am sort of sick, so bear with me. That's all. So that's for now.
All right.
All right, Dante.
And then we have Dante
yourself.
here.
What am I doing
Dante's the
here?
one live streaming this right.
Oh, yeah,
What'd you
that's
say?
right. Hello. I am Dante.
That's a great introduction.
Thank you. Thank you. I try.
All right, guys. We're gonna start off today talking about a few things that is happening today in the anime world, past anime, how the seasons have done so far, which is all the seasons, winter, spring, and summer. We'll be talking about a few topics involving disappointments of this year, things that we think are going really well, the waifu of the year. We'll be talking about certain anime discussions and individual episodes, like Ray Zero's last episode, JoJo's last episode, of course. Later on, we'll also be talking to Fally-Senpai himself about his pages, his experiences, and his ambition. And then at the end of this, we'll do a group questioning, and we'll talk about everybody and ask questions to you guys watching us and ask what you guys think. You guys ask those questions and we'll answer them. So first off, we'll be talking about. So as you guys know, we are in the 4th week of the current summer season. And with that comes a lot of pressure on what's going on. We have a few animes this year that are really standing out in the crowd. And we have a few of them that aren't doing so well. So we're going to talk about it a little bit on how the season's going so far. So Andrew, how do you think the season's going so far?
Well, if you really want to take this, generalize everything, I think this season has the most potential out of the past two. Comparing, maybe winter didn't have so many good seasons, didn't have a lot of good shows, but it also had extremely well-made shows. For example, Gintama ended. I thought Grimgar was a decent show. Of course, we had that Erased dilemma that did not end so hot. But overall, season was kind of, I guess, it was okay. In spring, it had a lot of great shows, but a lot of them were overwhelmingly bad shows. And I think that summer just has the best overall, I guess, franchise or lineup of shows. So considering we have 91 Days, Arslan Senki, JoJo and ReZero are still going. Mob Psycho, D. Gray Man Hollow. We have Shokugeki no Soma season 2. We have all these shows that are so prominent and will still be prominent depending on how they do. So I think summer will be a good season for anime, unless they fuck everything up, which I don't think they will. Not mentioning Berserk. Anyways, that's about it.
Alrighty. I kind of agree with you to the most part. I feel like the winter season this year that aired, with a lot of potential shows airing in the very beginning, like Andrew mentioned, Erase, which had a very amazing potential of the show, and it just dropped off. We had a lot of shows that did that. I can't really exactly remember what shows we had, but a lot of them dropped off. I think probably. What did you say?
Aijin, for example. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Aijin, definitely something that started off
Rakudai.
pretty well. Dropped down. What'd you say, Rakudai?
Yeah.
Rakudai didn't air. Rakudai aired fall season of last year.
But wasn't it still going?
No.
No,
it
it's
was
only
the
one
12,
season. It's 12
like
episodes.
12,
yeah.
13, yeah.
You're thinking about
okay.
Ash, but Ashrick Wars was a split season too. It didn't air in the winter. It aired in fall and then spring.
I don't know. It was
But I think probably the most impactful of the winter season was definitely Grimgar.
yeah,
For me, at least, I think it was a very different take on the MMORPG genre. And this did it really well.
It's pretty good, yeah. I agree. I think Grimgar
For the
had
spring season, I had a lot of hopes coming into the spring season. Kind of going to blank on what even aired in the spring season as well. Examples that we can give.
Shooto, which was pretty good.
Oh, yes, definitely. Actually, ourselves, we actually came up with a top 10 list for the end of the season. I don't know if you guys all checked it out. You guys can continue talking. I'll let you guys know in a few seconds. If you guys want to check that out too, we made a post on our actual Anime Legend site about the top 10 shows of the spring season, and for the top 3 were Ushia Totoro was number 1, and number 2 was Re:Zero for last season, and then number 3 was JoJo. Part 4, Diamond Unbreakable. Last season was good. It was decent. A lot of decent shows.
Had a lot of disappointments.
Definitely did. I think it was a mediocre season. Nothing was too bad, but nothing was overwhelmingly exciting.
But I mean, we have stuff like Endride, and we have stuff like, I don't know, for example, Cabaneri, which ended. It was just such a bust.
Honestly, I would have to disagree about the spring season not being like too exciting, because I personally feel like, Kisniver was like, honestly, and it still is. It's my anime of the year, but a lot of people don't
extremely enjoy Kisniver. I
enjoyed it too, and like a lot of people don't really look for what I look for in an anime. I'm a perspective watcher. I watch from perspectives. Some people expected Trigger to do something nonsensical because they're like, we got Luluko and we have like Kill la Kill and all these other shows from Trigger. So what has Trigger given us this season? And then they looked at Kisniver, and a lot of people just looked at it and they were just like, oh, the characters are so freaking bratty. But I'm like thinking, they're teenagers, and this show, unlike many other shows, because a lot of shows sit there and while they explore a character, they don't necessarily like explore them to the fullest possibility. They don't like show you like the worst sides of a character. They try to make the character better and everything, and try to show how the protagonist is going to, help them out. But with Kisniver, it was all of them helping out each other. It's like they actually formed friendships, and, all friendships are like that. You're going to see the best sides of a person, you're going to see the worst sides of a person. And they had to rely on each other because as friends, they make each other's days, or they just know exactly what to say to one another. And I love that about Kisniver, because you connected with the characters if you allowed yourself to connect. Because you can't say that, oh, my friendships aren't like that. If your friendships aren't like that where you see everything about a person, then you're probably only talking to them for like one thing, in my opinion. So
I definitely agree. I think Kisniver. I remember me and Andrew would have a couple debates in the past about how Kisniver was actually doing, and I completely agree. I feel like Kisniver started off at a very low note, very confusing note, very cliched note, but eventually it really started to go deeper and deeper into the human psyche when it comes to relationships with other people.
Exactly.
And I felt like it started to do that very well as it went out, and it kind of went out with a big of a bang too. I was kind of disappointed with the ship at the end. I was actually.
To be honest, if we're really touching on Kisniver, it's not a bad show. But it was.
I
It
think
wasn't above.
We had it as a top 10. We had it as
Yeah.
top 10 last season. It was at number
It
9 or
was.
8.
It was not. It was 9, but it was not a bad show at all. But it was not necessarily good. Of course, we're talking about relationships, but a lot of shows do this. A lot of shows delve into the psyche the same way, and this entire development of all of the characters kind of just standed, or they sprouted from plot device, and it kept going through the entire series from episode, like Chris said, it started off like very confusing, but it did pick up, and although it didn't pick up to all the potential it had, it wasn't a bad show, and that's why we put it as, I guess, number 9. But it wasn't anything beautiful to the point where it's going to be memorable from years to come.
It's
But then again,
memorable.
that's just me.
It's memorable to me, and honestly, like they're just teenagers. They're not supposed to have like some dark, tragic past, and like while other shows do focus on like the human psyche and everything, it's like when it comes down to it, I feel like they always miss something. Like they're always like going like a little bit too like in my opinion, they like go a little bit too overboard. A lot of shows do, and that's one thing that always like gets on my nerves, but that doesn't mean that they're bad shows or anything. I just feel like they go a bit overboard. I felt like Kisniver was going a bit too overboard towards the end, but it was fine.
I agree. I think Kisniver wasn't more than what it should have been. I think it was a very light show that focused purely on character development, and I think it wasn't meant to be much more than that. And that's what made the show unique, though. I mean, there's not a lot of shows that just dive deep into one category of a show and to dive deep into one aspect. So I think it did something that most shows don't do, and you're right about that. But so to some people, that might be a negative. To Andrew, that might not be like what he's looking for in a show. He might be looking for an all-around fleshed-out show. And to me personally, I don't believe Kisniver was an all-around fleshed-out show, but what it did do, it did it great.
Yeah,
I can agree on that. All right, enough about Kisniver.
Okay,
Let's start. I think we should either move on to the next topic, or we should talk about the actual spring season. I mean, summer season.
Summer season, yeah. I mean, so far, I believe we've had a very solid season so far. I mean, except for a few disappointments, of course, like Berserk and a few other disappointments that aren't too great. But I believe that the overall top animes this season, which we can all probably agree are currently the ongoing season of Re:Zero, of course, Arslan Senki, Tales of the Syria the X, which is something that's still with Unfathomable behind the boat of that one. Amazing animation. The story should get better according to the game. JoJo, which is continuing so far. We have what else? We have Mob Psycho 100. We have 91 Days, and a lot of other shows that are continuing. That are a lot of potential. So far, what do you guys think are the best shows this season?
I just want to say mine because mine's pretty quick and simple since I'm kind of behind. But my favorite show this season, I love Amanchu. That's just me. I love Studio JC staff. I think Taboo Tattoo's pretty interesting from them, and Shokugeki looks great. But Amanchu, though, I'm a big slice of life person if I can really just get like some kind of feel from it. And I don't know who's directing this, but whatever they've directed before, they're doing a good job with Amanchu. Like the first episode to me was like Blu-ray quality and a TV release. Like the only thing that was probably like a slip up in animation was actually just stuff that they were doing to make it comedic, and I was like, hey, that's really charming to me, and I love the fuck out of this show.
I completely agree. You know what? I'm gonna make a shout out right now to everybody in the comment section on our Facebook group. We're not going to forget who the two top anime of the season are, and that's clearly Banana and Thunderbolt Fantasy. So,
of course,
let's shout out to those two amazing shows.
Actually, Thunderbolt Fantasy is pretty damn interesting. That Gen Urobuchi is a genius. It's so unique, but I like it.
It is. I feel like I'm watching like a mix between Power Rangers, Dynasty Warriors, and like I don't even know. It's so ridiculous.
Barbies.
And Barbies.
Directed by Michael Bay.
America.
Because of all the explosions.
I know I drop anime a lot, but this season my favorite so far is 91 Days.
I would have to agree with you.
Like 91 Days. I feel like 91 Days has one of the best atmospheres I've seen in the show so far. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the 1920s feel to the show, the whole mafia. The
Yeah,
Italian
kind of reminds me
feel
of
to it.
Kano.
Yeah,
Kind
it
of
does.
reminds me
Oh,
like
Bachman was a great show. Yeah, it really does. And I love that serious feel to it, a very dark storyline. One thing I can't say about 91 Days right now, and I talked to Andrew about this earlier, is it's something where I know it's still only on episode 3, but I haven't felt too attached to either the characters, and that's about it. I haven't felt attached enough to any of them. I don't really care enough for the 2 main characters. I know the one main character's backstory is pretty sad in terms of, I'm not going to spoil anything, but some dark stuff happens in episode 1, but I don't feel too attached to the show so far. But I think other than that, I love the premise, I love the setting, and we're waiting for things to happen, so that could always change.
Instead of giving the predictable answer and being like, "Oh, Arslan, thank you," I think I'm going to give a shout out to Orange because I think Orange is a very, very good show from episode 1. It gives a really interesting twist the last 5 minutes of the episode, and you could see how everybody's trying to bond with Kakeru, and everybody's just really getting along as a family, and everybody except Miho knows what's about to happen, and even she is like kind of dwindled in her emotions where she doesn't know what to do. Her emotions are betraying her, the letters, and after episode 2 and 3, she starts really getting attached to Kakeru, and I see myself really getting attached to these characters. And when we don't know if she's gonna, I guess, kind of change the future and make certain person not die. So I really want to see how that plays out because I don't know. I think it has a very interesting premise, has a very level of characters, has a very unique characterization as far as the animation goes. You can see a lot of their features just really pop out. So I'm gonna have to give this to Orange. It's very unique.
I mean, I completely agree. Orange is. I mean, I've read the manga, and I know Andrew, you have too. I don't know about anybody else, but
I've read the manga.
Very, very short, very impactful manga that leaves you captivated by the end. And I mean, I was in tears for half of it. I'm not gonna lie, but I cry to everything. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, a lot of emotions to go into this.
Yes, and I feel like the anime is doing it almost perfectly.
Yeah, of course. I think that kind of wraps everything about this season.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, do you have anything else to say?
I was just going to say that Tales of Zestiria of X is honestly the best video game adaptation I've seen as a few episodes in. Like,
completely agree.
I'm so impressed with this. Like,
and you played the game, right?
Yeah, I've played the game. And I'm really impressed. Yeah, and then next week, I know it should be next week. No, I don't think so. Maybe next week, or it's the following week. But for episode 5 and 6 of Tales of Zestiria of X, we're getting Tales of Berseria stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I saw that episode 1 when they had the intro down.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Intro, I saw the first intro. I was like, "Holy crap! Is that freaking Velvet from the new game coming out?" I was like, "How are they doing this?" And I'm so hyped to see how they're gonna do this.
I can't wait to see this at all.
Tales of Zestiria wasn't necessarily one of the. I mean, even personally, I played almost every Tales game. It wasn't nearly the best Tales game, but it was a good game to me.
The best Tales game to me is honestly to me it's I like Vesperia. Vesperia is the best to me, but that's just to me.
Tales of the Abyss and Tales of Symphonia, which is a classic. Everybody agrees with that one. But
Tales of Fantasia to me.
Tales of Fantasia. That's so old. I wish they would do a reboot of it. But
that would be great.
I think they're doing a very good job adapting it. And you know what? With Ufotable behind the helm of this project, I don't think they can really go wrong too much. But as you know, Ufotable has been doing intros for the Tales series games since back in 2004 with Tales of Symphonia. They've been doing their intros forever, so they're not new to the Tales universe, and they're very good at introducing the characters and the story in their intros to the game. So it's not new territory for them, but I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with this. I feel like it's great marketing strategy for the new game coming up, and I feel like it's a very good treat to new players, to new people who are getting into the series, and old players who want to see a different route of the story.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, as somebody who doesn't really know much about the games, I'm coming into this show blind, completely blind. And the first time it aired, I was like, okay, this is impressive. I even called it the anime of the season. Of course, as the story's progressing, it didn't have enough. It didn't have as much impact as the first episode. But I'm still really looking forward to see what it could do. So
It
much
gets
potential.
better as time.
So
It gets
much
better as
potential.
time goes on. It's just that it's a very text-heavy game. It was text-heavy, and I was very surprised because other Tales games are text-heavy, but they still manage to be quick to the point about it. But Tales of Zestiria was like, "Fuck, what are we doing? What are we doing?" But yeah, but they're doing a good job. So
They are doing a good job. So, I mean, with that wrapped up, we've pretty much hit all the main. I mean, we're probably forgetting about Mob Psycho 100. Clearly,
Nobody's going to talk about Berserk anyway. We're forgetting Berserk, but who cares about Berserk?
About Berserk.
I mean, we were going to talk about the. I mean, the next topic was to talk about the most disappointing shows of the season, and as much as everybody. I mean, but everybody knew coming into this season, this year. I mean, as soon as they announced that they're doing it in CG, that this was going to be very disappointing. And there's a lot of reasons why Berserk is very disappointing, and I think we can all agree it's not because it's done in CG. It's not because how it's done. It's because I think the main reason many fans are disappointed in Berserk are Berserk's been out for a long time, a very long time, and it has been the centerfold. It has been the epitome of greatness for all manga, and I feel like they did it such an injustice. You had over 20 years to make a great anime. You had 20 years, and I feel like with it being so popular, and I feel like they sold out, and that's disappointing to me. They sold out. They money.
What I will say is that they did the rape horse well. They did the rape horse scene better than I expected, but that obviously doesn't salvage anything. That doesn't salvage anything. I think it's a solid 4 out of 10.
I have something to say.
Yeah,
one thing about Berserk is that Griffith did nothing wrong.
Shout out to Ashland Juliet. Griffith did everything wrong.
Oh wait, I have to do one shout out real quick. Hey there, little Kohai. I'm guessing that's Christian. Hey Christian, just wanted to say hello since you said that you love me. So yeah.
He loved you
Congrats.
too.
Femto was the one that did the stuff that was wrong. That was Femto did it, not Griffith.
That's true. So what is the next topic?
The next topic, I mean, we talked about so far. We talked about animes that we've figured out in the season that are decent. How the seasons are doing so far this year. Our favorites of the season, our disappointment of this current season. Now we're going to go into something that's a little bit more on the less serious side. And we're going to talk about who's everybody's favorite waifu of the year so far.
Waifu of the year.
Waifu of the year. Now, I am very conflicted when I say this because I'm a very waifu enthusiast. I mean, I have a waifu. I mean, her name is Chidage Kurosaki, and she's my waifu. But that's regardless of the fact, this year I think I've really fallen in love, and everybody's going to disagree with me when I say this.
With Amelia.
Screw you. I love Amelia. I think she hasn't gotten enough screen time yet, and she's a little disappointing a little bit. But I love her character design. I love her big voice actor. And I love, I just love her character design. I love her personality. I love her, she voiced Megumin from, whatever that ridiculous fest of the show was. Konosuba, yes. And I like her character so far. And now as we're getting more deeper into the climax of this first season of Re:Zero, we're going to start seeing a lot inside. So she's my waifu this season.
Well, I thought weren't you saying like waifu of the year or something?
Sorry, waifu of the year. Well,
waifu of the year to me, and this goes back to Kisniver, but I'm all about that Nico. She was so cute, and I really loved her bubbly personality, and she actually had the best character development in that show, and I was like, what are you doing, Nico? And so then, the final episode even solidified it, like when she freaking like was impersonating them and then changed her hairstyle. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're just precious. So
adorable. I loved her little voice. I don't even know whose voice actor that was, but I remember watching her and thinking, oh my god, I love her freaking voice actor. And she's such an adorable character. But personally, I felt more in Kisniver especially, and she's probably my third favorite girl of the year so far, was Chidori, and that the redheaded girl who was the main love interest.
Oh yeah.
So, what's his name said, "Screw you, I don't like you," even though you're the only one who's like me.
I'm
But,
gonna go for Nori-chan.
Harambe waifu of the year, just for the scene. But okay,
I felt like
Oh man, even
What?
the comments are ignoring me.
fucking Dante. All right, I think my waifu.
shout out to Eric Castillo. He wants us to say Kurisu Makise
Trash.
Steins Gate. I personally really love Makise, and I have a top 8 favorite girls of all time, and she is in my top 8. So shout out to Makise.
Fuck Maki-say. It's all about Ruka.
KO.
Whoa.
KO. You're all forgetting about KO.
Yeah.
Who?
Kaio? Kaya?
Kaio Hinazuki from Erase, basically. Yeah.
Oh,
Disappointing.
I hate her
Disappointing
too.
in-
Screw her.
Nah.
Screw.
I mean,
She's a whore.
She
She
did.
could have waited 15 years. She could have waited 15 years for him. But no, she decided to go marry somebody else and find a life.
Nah, nah.
You know what? I don't like.
Meanwhile, his pedophilia teacher comes in.
There was no guarantee that Satoru was gonna live. There was no guarantee.
That's
She
true.
should have been.
Satoru-sangu! Satoru!
What the heck?
I'm just
all
doing
right,
what
so-
I'm just doing what Yashiro did. He loves Satoru so much. Satoru-sangu!
Okay.
Satoru! Satoru!
Shush.
Andrew, who's your favorite waifu of the year so far?
Well, I think waifus are fucking gay, but if I had to pick a waifu, well, naturally it would be Remi Sugimoto from JoJo, but
What about Akko? Ron Glickman just gave a pretty. What about Akko? We watched that together, man.
oh yes, I was just about to say, let me finish. I would normally choose Remi Sugimoto because she's precious, but she's only aired last episode, so the waifu of the year for me is definitely Akko. Akko-chan is adorable, she's precious.
Akko, she is my second favorite.
She is
She was my
the normie killer. She is the
The normie killer
motherfucker
herself.
boss. Akko deserves some respect. I mean, don't get me wrong, Netagate was fucking shit, but Akko.
She
Julie.
was the epitome of I don't even know, ridiculousness, autism. I don't even know, but she was so adorable.
I thought Asterisk
Yeah.
was old. Like
Asterisk.
What?
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. I thought that
Asterisk.
was a few years old.
No.
Asterisk Wars? Asterisk Wars just finished airing in the spring of 2016.
Yeah. I want to do one little shout out. This is just a personal shout out and everything. If we're really gonna talk about waifu of the year, though, I think in manga wise, Escanor from Seven Deadly Sins is shaping up to be the best girl ever. No, Escanor is really fucking
already
dank
tight
right now.
That's already tight.
I
Sorry.
mean, first of all, Escanor has been just carrying the 10 Commandments on his back for like
fucking,
6 chapters.
he's fucking like dominating, like he's fucking slaying bitches.
Like, why do you even need like 7 sins, bro? Escanor just fucks them all up.
Yeah, oh my goodness, but he's definitely waifu of the year technically.
Actually, no. If I had to pick a waifu of the year in manga, it's definitely Yasuho. You agree with me, Dante?
Wait.
What was that? Oh,
Yasuho, waifu of the year.
yes. I agree.
Yes.
Yasuho,
Yeah.
waifu of the year.
His
Is that who you agree with, Dante? Who waifu of the year is?
I agree. I was trying to pronounce her last name. It's Koichi's last name.
Yeah. Fuck, did I just really forget Koichi's? Oh, Hirose. Yasuho Hirose.
She's the Koichi counterpart in fucking Jojo Lion.
Don't spoil, motherfucker.
No, it's not a
Anyway.
spoiler.
We got through. Yeah, it's
Alright,
true.
guys.
We got through waifus.
We've listed our waifus. We hope if you guys have any waifus you enjoy, let us know in the comments below, and we might just shout them out later. Even though I do agree that what's her name from Asterisk Wars was a great. I really loved her. What's her name? But regardless of the fact, now we're going to start talking about some individual shows this year, some very controversial episodes that happened just this week. And our first topic will be, of course, the most controversial, I believe, the most controversial show this year will be Re:Zero. I said controversial. I didn't say best.
And I will agree with you on controversial for that, but then again, there's one thing about it is that I've read the spoilers, so I know a lot. I know a lot more, so I know I will. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. So I will be here for this Re:Zero discussion, but I'm gonna keep my lips sealed for a lot of them. So just yeah.
I don't want it spoiled.
I'm not going to spoil you. Don't worry. I'm good. I'm good. So, Chris, start us off.
Alrighty. So, this week we had some very interesting development happen with the story in general. I mean, each week is probably some interesting development, and the last 6 weeks has been pretty intense wise in the storyline of the show so far. This week, if you haven't watched the episode, I'd advise, if you haven't watched this week's episode, we're going to get into some spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, I'd probably leave the this live stream or mute it for about 5-10 minutes so we can discuss it. But some pretty interesting things that happened this episode, and that is one about clearly the most controversial topic is Rem's disappearance in the episode, and most likely the entire show as a whole. This episode happened where, of course, the whale. What was the official name of the whale?
White whale.
The white whale basically erased Rem's existence in the beginning of the episode, and nobody in the show knows who Rem is anymore. And that is very, very, in terms of the large scheme of things, the large scale of things, is very bold from a show like this. Rem is probably the most favorite character in the show so far.
Best development.
The best development in the show, probably, and the best girl of the show as well. And
ooh, that's a very bold statement. People are going to get mad at you.
Hey, I love Amelia, so I clearly don't agree with this. And who is Rem anyway? But, most people can agree that this is a very bold statement by this show and the story itself. It takes a very prominent character in a very hyped show, and it looks like it completely just erased her from existence. And it's just a very, very bold statement to just take out a character like that. And we'll see where it goes from here, but it doesn't look too good.
Wait, one sec. Could I say something before I forget? Andrew, remember what we talked about yesterday?
About what?
Eva.
About what?
Eva.
What?
Okay.
Neon Genesis. Fuck. Can't even pronounce it.
Oh, Eva Evangelion. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember what I said about
Okay,
it yesterday?
so what? That like the entire show, you're like Shinji, stop masturbating and just getting fucking robot.
No. And this
Why are we even discussing Re:Zero with Dante? He has no say because he hasn't watched it.
No, I'm not talking about that. But it's overrated trash.
Talking about Evangelion.
Overrated trash. Evangelion, overrated trash. Thank you and goodbye.
Oh, okay. Well, you just offended Rand Glickman. I know you're offended right now. I know you have a hard on for Evangelion. Sorry for the disappointment.
You just offended our dank meme master.
Our dank meme master, Rand Glickman himself. Alrighty, so as we were talking about, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think it was very impactful for Rem to be taken directly out of this show. How do you guys feel about it?
I think, honestly, I thought it was a pretty bold statement. Of course, it's not the first time it's been done this season, but to this extent where you're like literally she had the most development out of the entire cast. Like, she was the focused partner of Subaru, and everybody was shipping them together. Everybody was saying, oh, she's the main character, she's going to stick by Subaru the entire time. But then we find out that it's not true, that they just out of nowhere just cut her from existence. And of course this has ties with the curse, and I'm curious to see what is going to happen. How is he going to get the memories at the end? Is he going to like remember her? Because that's, I mean, if you really think about it, he forgot everything that happened. So that is, I guess, crazy. Good for him, but it's just a crazy twist. Yeah, definitely.
You know what would have been crazier if Subaru was the only person who I think it would be no, sorry, it would have been crazy if Subaru actually forgot her as well. Like that would have just and you know that brings us to our next topic of what's so crazy about it is Subaru is completely he it's so hard to explain. But first, before we go into that, Isaiah Folly, how do you feel about Rem's disappearance in the show?
Well, I feel like, well, of course I read spoilers, but anyways, though, like, just in general, when I read the spoilers, I was like, holy fuck, that's going to kill me, like, it's going to kill me, so, not only did that just happen, but then everything back at the mansion happened, and I was like, oh, you fuckers, you're just, like, you're just hitting me twice, like, here, so...
Hey, you know what?
They hit me twice, and I really was just I was very depressed, and I'm like, this is really just heavy, like this is really heavy for me. So it's very impacting, it's very emotional, and like now at this point Subaru needs to learn how to use his words properly, because all he has is technically he has knowledge, he has words. Now he needs to know how to go about speaking to people if he really wants to try to take things back to the way he wants them to be. So.
Yes, I completely agree. And the one thing with Subaru, as much as people hate his actions and what he does, his entire, I feel a very deep feeling of sorrow and compassion for him, because the guy can't win. The guy, no matter what he does, he cannot win. Whether he wants to tell everybody everything, whether he wants to deal with it himself, whether he wants to save somebody, whether he wants to save himself, whether he wants to be involved or not be involved, the guy can't win. And I'm very interested to see where the story goes from here and how Subaru once again tries to figure out the situation. Because, you know, just as we know, he tried telling Amelia everything and was like, screw it, I'm going to tell you, I don't care if I die, but I at least want you to know. And which confused me, because if he told her and he knew he was going to die, then what was the point of telling her in the first place? But regardless, seeing her die now too, what are the actual forces, what are the actual things behind the strings right now causing this? And now that we know Beltegus, he clearly has something to do with it, because now we know he has the hands, the unseen hands, and those are the hands that have been grabbing Subaru's heart every time he tries to spill the secret. So it's very confusing how he is involved with this, and how Amelia just died then if he has the hands, which it's probably something else. It's very crazy. I think it's a very, very interesting episode so far. I will tell you one thing. The whole ending of the episode when Beltegus was about to just completely demolish Amelia in front of Subaru, I probably would have dropped the show if that would happen, because I love Amelia so much that would have killed me. I know he did the same thing to Rem, and I know everybody else is probably torn from that, but this would have torn me even more, probably.
Very good analysis on that.
Yeah, very good. But
right,
while you may think that's the most controversial, like, and everything, what about you, Andrew? Let's hear it. What's your most controversial episode this week?
We're about to go that anyway. Not even controversial, but...
Oh, okay. Best episode this week, then, I guess.
I mean, you could put it that way. I mean, if you really want me to be honest, the man himself appeared.
Yes.
What a beautiful duang. Beautiful duang.
That could be counted as controversial because of the type of person he is.
Of course, yeah. Okay, so this is the run of the episode. If you guys haven't seen it, well, obviously there's going to be some spoilers, but I think everybody I've been looking at the comments, and everybody is caught up. I see familiar faces. So before we get into the man himself, we start off as a normal, starting off as a slice of life episode where Koichi and Rohan, our returning characters, get lost and stumble into purgatory. So, and then they find a girl who obviously had
Ghost
yeah, Ghost Fu, because she's not alive, so she can't be a waifu. So, anyways, Rohan just uses Heaven's Door on her. Blah blah blah. She's not a stand user, and then we find out some really disturbing news, and this is where JoJo starts to take a really dark turn, and it takes a turn to the point where, like, okay, this girl was assassin. Like she has a long cut, and she was assassin 15 years ago. And so you guys don't know this, but just let me know what you guys think about this story. So there's a normal girl sleeping, and she's afraid of the dark. So it's just so like she feels comfortable. She puts her hand underneath her bed, and she feels relieved when her dog licks her hand. So one day it was storming, and she puts her hand down, and the dog is licking. She was like, "Okay, my dog is licking my hand, so whatever." And then she hears a drip, 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 and then she walks onto the hallway and sees her dog mutilated, his like throat completely slit, and we see that in the show. And then you come back into the room, and it's some random ass dude licking a girl's hand, like under like the bed. Like that's just so morbid, and that gives personality to like the main villain who we see after all this. We see how Rohan was actually there that night, and then we see how Kira just randomly strolls in like out of nowhere. We weren't expecting to see him. Of course, manga fans know. He strolls in a car with the most epic villain music ever, and he's talking to a hand. He's straight up just talking to like a severed hand, and pulls out the hand and says, "Oh wow, you dropped blood here. You got to clean it." And then I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but just the chills you feel while watching that episode is just completely immense, and it completely shifted the entire tone of JoJo, completely on its head. What do you think, Dante?
One thing I fucking loved when I heard this voice is, for some reason, I straight away recognized Griffith's voice and his tone. That made it for me, honestly.
Wait, they have the same voice actor?
Yep, they do.
Griffith and Kira Yoshikage.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you wait? Really?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh wow! I had no idea.
I had no idea either.
That's gonna be pretty impactful too. I love his voice actors pretty well. Very impactful episode. I agree. This episode very eerie. I just love the foreshadowing and the embodying atmosphere this episode gave.
It's just, and from episode 1, you see the severed hands. Episode like I think 6 or 7, the show has constantly been throwing like bones at people with
the entire time.
severed hands. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a great episode.
One thing I love about David Productions is their foreshadowing. It shows so many spoilers
and everything,
but at the same
whether
time,
it's their intros.
The intros.
There's
their intros, their endings, their music, the characters, anything they give. It's just everything's so they flesh out JoJo so well each time.
Yeah, I think the new intro is so dank. It literally shows.
I think it might actually be the best intro that they've given so far.
It wasn't
I
in
might
the last
agree
episode.
with that.
It wasn't in the last
I
episode.
love Bloody Stream with a passion. I love Bloody Stream, but I think this might take the cake.
I love Bloody Stream too, but I actually think that my favorite one has to be the second opening of Stardust Crusaders. Like it's just it's
Stardust.
Yeah, the second opening of Stardust Crusaders,
Yeah,
because I really liked I really liked how, like, the presentation at the end when Jotaro and freaking like Dio are walking by each other. Like that was like really sexy. Like I was like, you know what? If they actually made the whole anime look exactly like that, I wouldn't have minded. I was like, damn, that's really damn good. So that's just to me, but I think the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable openings are pretty good, and I think that this second opening has grown on me. I'm not watching JoJo right now or anything. I always wait for it to finish, but these openings are great. So
yeah, the openings show a lot about a show. I mean.
Wait,
Can
I say something real
quick? Go for it, Dante.
One thing I loved about the last episode, aside from Kira and more Rohan, is the JoJo boner I got from when we saw the Stardust Crusaders.
What?
Is that what we call it? A JoJo boner? Is that what we call it now? A JoJo boner?
I might be.
I don't know how I feel about that term.
Yeah. That's just me. I might have.
It is just.
I might be thinking of the previous episode, but when they showed the Stardust Crusaders,
Now, the next show we're going to
and
talk
stuff.
into, I personally haven't seen it yet, but I will talk about the interest that the show has been getting, and that is, as you guys probably can all tell, is Mob Psycho 100. A very fascinating show, full of great colors and animation, full of detail and originality, and it really does. It is now currently the epitome of what effort is in today's anime world, production world. It is truly a work of art, and not many shows these days can do that or replicate the amount of effort and style that they have done so far. I'm not going to go too much into the story about the last episode, but I just wanted to point that out, how amazing Mob Psycho 100 truly is.
I think Mob Psycho 100, literally, it. First of all, for starters, one's like drawing style is not very detailed because it puts a lot of emphasis in satire, and I think Studio Bones portrays it so well because, like you said, the way the color moves, the style, just a lot of abstract figures start popping into the screen, and you're kind of confused at first, but then everything starts melding together. I think the comedy is over the top, great, something you would see from One Punch Man, but I personally think Mob Psycho is better, but I have to say that Mob Psycho has been adapted perfectly. I thought the manga was a little bit off. I thought like both of them were off sync, but then I guess they cut short, and it's following the manga. So I'm very excited to see when Mob gets 100% and blows up. That's definitely the hype right now.
I'm pretty excited for that as well.
I wanted to say, I agree with Andrew. Like, I think Mob Psycho 100 is better than One Punch Man, and honestly, that's just me. Like, I have followed the one for like a long time, and it makes me laugh whenever I look at the original One Punch Man. Like, it makes me freaking laugh. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, he's so freaking like. It's just so, what the fuck? I just can't even say anything about it. It's just like, what the fuck, one? And then I looked at Mob Psycho, and like, while it's not the most detailed thing, it's just like, it's more impressive than One Punch Man, and I'm like thinking, one can actually draw when he puts his mind to it, and it makes you think like, what the fuck is he? What the fuck is he going to be like in the future? Is he going to freaking be like on Yusuke Murata fucking level of drawing because that's the person who redrew One Punch Man for him? Like, is he going to be on fucking Murata level or something? Like, what's he waiting for? Like, what's he trying to do? Is he just being like, I'm gonna present myself this way, but then later on I'm going to like just blow everyone away? Like, fuck all of you guys. Like, what's he doing?
As somebody who knows the story completely, it's a very short manga. I want to say it's about 95 to 98 chapters. If I'm not wrong, nobody kill me.
I think it's 100 chapters in right now.
No, it's already over.
What, Mob Psycho?
Yeah, it's already over.
Oh, I thought it was 100 chapters though.
I'm actually looking at it right now, but I'm pretty sure it's 98. But the thing is, it's 95. But the story is complete, and I already know everything's going to happen. But what I really wonder about Mob Psycho is how many episodes is it going to be? Because, as we all know, for a detailed and faithful anime adaptation, you can't adapt 100 chapters into 12 episodes. You just simply can't. So that just brings up the question: are they going to follow the manga? I mean, we already saw the season before how Studio Bones did Boku no Hero Academia, and it did it really well, adapted the first 20 chapters very, very well. So I really, really, really hope Mob Psycho doesn't rush it. Even if they have to end it and do like breaks between seasons, I really hope they don't rush it.
Honestly, it's Studio Bones, and I feel like you can trust them. So, yeah, I definitely think that they'll end it probably about like, maybe like a 20, 30 chapter point. Like, wherever is good to end, yeah.
I have high expectations.
I know nothing about the manga itself. I've heard great things about it. I've heard the art style is very, very unique. Personally, seeing excerpts from the manga, I personally don't appeal. It doesn't appeal too much to me. But I do understand why it is so unique. It's a very, like you just said, raw. It's a very rough and rugged design, but it's original. And I feel like the anime is doing what it's supposed to do, and it's always about adapting its source material, and then on top of adapting, making it better, without messing with its integrity. And I feel like Mob's doing that very well.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is.
Could I say a few
Ron,
things?
Aggro is. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give a shout out to Ran Glickman. Look at me, Ron. Argo is my waifu now. That's about it. You can go now.
Oh shit!
Could I say something
Alright.
real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
About this latest JoJo Lion chapter. No spoilers. No
Why are you
spoilers.
so random, bro?
I know why. I don't know.
So random.
I'm so off of that. You can't just go with a topic like that.
Um,
We'll talk about that at the end. Just because we're trying to stay on topic.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I guess we're done with Mob right now. So go ahead and say what you need to say.
okay.
He's talking about the manga. About part
Oh,
8 of the manga.
Why are we talking about part 8 of JoJo's manga?
Is because
Everyone dies.
I forgot to say something.
It's
About
actually not too off, but
What? Shut. Whatever.
Can't say that.
sorry. Okay, go.
about
Go.
JoJo Lion. Anybody that's doubting Joshu, or however you pronounce his name, everybody that's doubting him, trust me, he gets a fuck ton better, and he's probably one of my favorite characters now because of that latest chapter.
Josh is my
Awesome.
spirit animal.
He is such a great character.
I haven't read part 8 yet. I'm still on part 7.
It's so
Bro, finish
Fucking
Steel
good.
Ball Run. What are you doing? What
I've
are
been
you
a
doing?
lot of things. Are you kidding me? What have I been doing? Would you like me to give you a list of what I've been doing?
Okay, true. Okay, but when you get a chance, finish
I
Steel
will
Ball.
definitely.
also
All right.
Next
I
chapter.
agree.
Could I give
Next
a
topic,
shout
please.
out? Could I give a shout out to a underrated manga? In my opinion, underrated is
I am a hero.
that would be one, but no, not that. I'm pretty sure I've popularized that throughout the group by now. Is Shield Hero. It's basically what I saw in ReZero, the first 10 or so minutes when he just magically appears in a different world. It's basically like that, but Shield Hero is about, I think, 4 or so different heroes that are gotta
Fulfill a prophecy.
yeah. Oh, have you read it?
Yeah, I read it.
It's-
It's so good.
Yeah. I looked at the summary of it and I was like, this sounds cliche as fuck, but once I read it I was like, holy shit, this is actually pretty good. Plus
It's very different. Like, holy shit. Like, it was, as you're saying, it is pretty underrated. Like, its manga is pretty damn underrated. Its light novel is apparently really good because that has like over, I think like 300, 400 chapters. Yeah.
That's a lot for a light novel.
Yeah,
Right.
it really is.
oh, plus new waifu material is the what is she?
Raptalia.
A cat?
Um,
Or a
she was-
raccoon?
It's more she's more like a raccoon, if anything. Raptalia. Oh my goodness, she's precious.
I love her. She
All right,
is.
guys, let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It sounds really interesting, though. I'll have to give it a shot. I mean, I personally haven't watched or read it yet, so definitely something I'll put on my radar, and as probably everybody else should too, since we have 2 people advocating for it. Our next topic, for all you Enter the Folly Zone fans out there, we're going to do a little questionnaire on Fally-Senpai himself, who we have here. Hello, say
okay.
hi, Fally. Hi.
Hello there. Hello. It's not Fally. It's Folly. Don't listen to
it's-
these guys.
I'm
But yeah.
I know everything. It's okay. Now, recently, us here at AnimeLegend have kind of formed a little symbiotic partnership with Enter the Fally Zone. AnimeLegend ourselves. We're a very startup organization, company, with our own Facebook page, website. As you can see, a YouTube channel now. And we're starting up now, and we reached out to Fally-Senpai here himself to help us out. And he's done a great job this last week in giving us advice on Facebook pages and how to run things, and different advice on how to write articles and how to do things. And he has a lot of valuable information that we've gotten from him. And he's priceless, to say the least. So we appreciate everything he's done for us so far, and we hope to keep seeing him here. And now he's going to be joining us with our live podcast here, and just to make everything better. So one thing I want to know is, who are you, and what do you do?
Well, I'm Folly. My real first name is Isaiah, but I guess I would like to say that I'm just a 19-year-old male who just just gets by on Facebook because like I would have like a lot more like real life interactions with my friends, but they're all playing League, and that's literally their excuse is that they're playing League. I don't know how they manage to keep up with their relationships at all whatsoever. It's really fucking weird. Like some of their girlfriends even complain to me, and I'm like thinking like, is this all you're going to come to me for? But they don't hang out with anyone unless their boyfriends are there. So it's pretty stupid. But anyways though, it's just I'm just a simple guy. I just want to make people's days. I used to sit there on my page and I used to want to do like anime and manga recommendations just like all the single time, like all the time, and I was just about that. I didn't really post anything else. I was just sticking to it. And then so basically what made me change that ideal for my page, and this is why I'm really happy where my page is going now, is there was a guy about like a year ago on a Beyond the Boundary post that I made. It was like during the recap movie, but I was posting one of the more feelsy scenes from it, and this guy, he started commenting on a post of mine, and he was saying that he could really connect with me, and that it brought tears to his eyes how I worded everything like regarding this scene. And then he tried to I responded to him, and he was like, hey, you should watch these other sad anime like Your Lie in April and Clannad. And I'm like, oh, I love Your Lie in April. I think the saddest anime to me though is like Little Busters or Rainbow. It was just a basic conversation.
Rainbow's so good. I'm sorry to stop you, but Rainbow is so good.
Yeah, it really is. It's like the saddest anime I've seen. But anyways, so I was having a basic conversation with him, and then he just opened up to me, and he was just like, yeah, if I had to say, I'd think that Clannad is the saddest anime I've seen, and it's only because, like, after story, and it made me think of how I lost my girlfriend, and I'm just like, oh, you lost your girlfriend? And he was like, yeah, she died in a car accident, and I haven't really known what to do with my life since, and I haven't really connected with people, but I connected with Clannad. And seeing your post on your page and how you could bring out so many emotions out of people and how they can connect with you, just like you're so down to earth. And I really feel like I'm comfortable with telling you that, Folly. And I was like, wow, that really means a lot. So he said if there's anything that he likes to do in his life day by day, it's like he doesn't want to thank you or anything. He doesn't care what they give him in return, but he wants to make people's days. And so that's what I want to do. Like, I was like, holy shit, if I'm really that down to earth, then I want to do that. I want to make people's days. So that's what I do. I make people's days, and I don't post for myself. I post for them. So that's who I post for, my fans.
And that's, I mean, and in terms of what we do or what we try to accomplish as Facebook pages, as networks and everything, I think the true goal should be for everybody involved in this industry is to provide info and passion to the people who are viewing your content. And I think after personally me following you and knowing who you are as a person, we've had this discussion a couple months ago about this when I first talked to you when you first came to our group, which it wasn't necessarily the greatest experience ever for you, but I think you've seen different now. The group has changed, and it's had it's grown from 5,000 to 13,000 people, and it's been great. But we talked about before how what we do and what we want to do is not just become big or to become a name for ourselves, but it's to spread happiness, and as cliched and corny as that might sound, but to spread what we all love and what we're all here for in a great medium and a great time for everybody to enjoy. So, and that's what you do on your page, and that's all we can see. And I shout out to your admins, to you personally, everybody who works with you and for you. They do a great job, and we're glad to have you here. And we hope that this turned out to be something great, which it
yeah.
will.
Yeah, I believe it will too. But do you have any other questions, or was that like enough, or do you have to? Yeah.
No. My other question would be. Hold on, give me a second. Where exactly? Let me ask you this. You've been in this. You've had your page into your Valley Zone for about 2 years now.
Yes.
Is there anything that you can say that truly, besides that situation you had with yourself, is there anything that you can say that truly inspired you to become bigger than what you are?
Honestly, okay, so when it comes down to it, I was a group admin before I was a page admin. So I've had my anime group that I've been a part of for years. Like, I mean, like not for years, but for a year prior to my page. And so basically, I'll tell the little story about that. So when I first got on Facebook, I really wanted to like find a group that I could be a part of because a lot of my friends on Xbox were very like we don't like anime and they only watch the stuff on Netflix, and so I was like, I need to find a group on Facebook, otherwise there's no point in me having one. But so I found a group on Facebook. It was anime and it was like anime and manga 2.0 or something, like Kingdom for Nerds, like that. This was different, but so it seemed like a good group, but then the owners tried to make money from it, and then they were forcing us to like pages and like specific posts and comment on them, otherwise they were going to kick us. So a few people like including me, we hijacked the group and everything because we wanted to make it great, and then it got stolen out from right underneath us again by someone, and then we were like, fuck. So we started a smaller group, and it eventually ended up dying, and so I was like, fuck, that's really saddening. But one of the people who had like, you know, joined us and like taking over the original group, she was like, oh my goodness, Folly, why haven't I added you to this group yet? So I was like, what group? She added me to this group, ATA, All Things Anime and Manga, and it was everything I could love. Like there was not very many mainstream posts. There was posts about obscure anime, and I was like, this is heaven. And then I scrolled that down, and I saw that some 12-year-old's picture, because she had big breasts and everything. She was trying to show off her Hetalia shirt, but it looks like she had very huge breasts, and she actually did. And I was like, oh no. It had over 1,000 likes and over 1,000 comments, and I'm like, yep, I'm not going to be active in this group. So I stayed inactive, but then I saw that some girl named Gracie, she was like, oh, I need anime recommendations. So she posted like 250 plus anime that she has seen, and she's just like, does anyone have any anime recommendations for me? So I go in and I was excited, so I recommended her 500 plus anime and stuff that, you know, I didn't even list any repeats, no repeats, and everyone on that post was like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? What the actual fuck? And I'm like, what? They're like, holy shit, can you give us anime recommendations? Like, what if we tell you about our personalities? And they were all flocking to me, but that Gracie girl is like, I guess I won't be active until I'm done watching all these recommendations. So she never came back. She was gone. Like, she's fucking dead or something because of all those anime recommendations. So the owner found me, and he was in the previous group before, and he was like, Fallsworth? And I was like, Cranberry? And he's like, Fallsworth! And he adds me, and then he's like, so, Fallsworth, how would you like to be an admin? And I'm like, I don't really know. I'm not very good. I'm very shy and nervous. And he's like, if you don't become an admin, I'm going to ban you from the group. And I'm like, I love this group though. So I got forced into being an admin, and I was like a nervous fucking wreck. I was like, what do I do? So every time I warned someone, I said, I'm so sorry. I apologize to you. I'll give you a hug. And I was so nervous, but what really inspires me is that after a while, I really got used to the group, and I got very comfortable with like writing super long posts. And I started doing like anime recommendations. People read my posts despite them being so long, and it made me feel encouraged as a writer because I'm a writer. I write poems. I have stories that I'm working on. My goal in life is that I want to make a manga, but I'm not very good with art or anything, so I'm always looking for an artist who could probably match my visions, and that might be my best friend who does, but what inspires me is that people read my stuff, and so it gives me more of a drive. It's like I know that people read my stuff, I know that they appreciate it, and I know that they take it all in. Sure, sometimes they're dicks and being like, "Oh, too long, didn't read," but it's whatever though, because they still read it at the end of the day, and they still take it into consideration, and so everyone inside that group and people that came to that group because they heard how good of an admin I was. They were like, "This is like the best admin." They came into the group, and then they were even like telling me that I should make a page and that I should do anime and manga recommendations, and I should really just get it out to people, like get out those unknown series to people, because like I watch the things that people don't watch, and I watch the things that people don't want to watch, because some people are like, I'm dropping this after the first episode. So I don't drop things. I've never dropped a series in my life, and I'm not going to start now. And so
neither. I don't
good.
either.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
either.
And we have somebody here who's the opposite of that, Dante here.
No.
Pretty much.
What are you talking about? I always
Everything.
finish anime.
We call him what was his name? The schmuck. Who
The
drops,
schmuck. Every anime, the schmuck who doesn't finish
The
any
schmuck.
anime.
Oh, apparently this guy doesn't finish any anime here, but yeah, so I don't drop anything, so I write a lot of long posts, yeah, but I'm always like putting myself into it. It always has me in it. Sure, sometimes it has a little bit too much of me, because I do know that my posts on my page are kind of out of hand at times, and it makes me think like, why the fuck do people even like this junk at times? But, they like some of the things I say, even if it's very, very, very fucking perverted. But it makes me happy, and, it makes me think, like, those long posts are the bane of my existence. Yeah, I know. I know. He just said that. But so...
It works.
But
Reference.
But like I guess like a long post of mine that you could think of is like I did like fuck, I don't actually know what post I could think of right now that I did a long post of. I mean, I guess the one on Anime Legends website is an example of long posts, but yeah, so just what inspires me is just knowing that I make people's days, and just knowing that people read my stuff and that they take it into consideration, and it's like it makes me feel good as a writer because I know that I'm a good writer. Now what I just need to work on is art, but if I ever find an artist who will be my partner, then I will not hesitate in making a manga with them at all whatsoever. Just like that's it.
Those reasons right there are the reasons that I think should inspire everybody to do what we try to do and what you try to do. And that's definitely our goals too. And hopefully we can always attain them at a larger scale. And that's the goal of everything. So I'm glad that you were able to answer those questions. Now we get to know you better as people who are watching and people who haven't, heard of you before, which is kind of rare. But thank you very much. Thank you for being a part of this, and let's keep this going.
Oh,
so everybody's still watching. Everybody's still watching. Now we're gonna be asking you guys. We want you to ask us some questions that maybe we'd ask that you want answered. Whether that's to any of us in particular, to be specific, or that's for us as a general as a whole. And while we're so anybody here who
me?
What'd you say?
You want me to ask the questions, or?
Oh no.
No.
Well, I mean, I guess you can ask the question. We're talking about the viewers who are watching.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to ask us a question too, you can ask us a question. Nobody really minds. I mean, the question is a question.
I guess I do. I guess I do have a question, and it's not. It's definitely for Andrew, but I have to think about how to. Yeah. I just have to word this properly though. So okay, do you by any chance consider yourself an elitist? Like what I mean is like, you know what? Like, okay, I of course I make these little nitpicks towards you, and I'm just like, hey, you are very pretentious. Like I make these little nitpicks, yeah, but are you an elitist or are you not an elitist? Like, what are
Okay,
you?
well, this is this. I'm very opinionated, and I will say whatever comes to mind. And obviously, other people's opinions, I really, really, really don't care much for, unless it's someone I value as
Me? Me?
a third
Wait,
person of like a for third person opinion. Like for example, Chris, I value his opinion a lot,
compare
but
him to compare him to Rex, and you've
I
got
feel
your answer.
so
Compare
valued.
him to Rex. You've got
So
your
I mean,
answer.
personally, I'm gonna answer this question myself from a
I am
third
not an
party
elitist. Just
watching
saying.
Andrew. Andrew will say he's not an elitist, and for me to say that he's kind of in the middle. I personally believe that Andrew is not an elitist. He has a very opinionated and strong beliefs in what he says, and I don't that comes to anything. He has tastes that maybe aren't the same as elitist taste. He likes things that maybe elitists don't like. He likes things that mainstreamers don't like. He's in the middle, and I feel like, but he's very opinionated to what he believes in, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it comes off as pretentious, and sometimes he is pretentious. And it's just a matter of what he believes in and how strongly he believes in it. I mean, me and him can go back and forth between questions all the time,
He's
or
an
debates,
asshole about it,
and
though.
we you know,
Not gonna lie.
it happens. But I don't believe he is an elitist. But I'm going to go into a question that somebody asked in the group. Gabe Paulson asked, and he's watching us from another streaming. We're streaming in Anime Legends, the group, Anime Manga Legends, in the group. Gabe Paulson asked, Andrew, when will Cass Hearn's sins be on the cover photo for the page? I'm still waiting.
Um. Well. All right. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I love Casher and Sins. I think Casher and Sins is a beautiful anime. The atmospheric tone of it is just beautiful. I think Nico is the most adorable character ever. But the way we settle anime of the week is that every 2 weeks we put a certain genre and we put in shows, and it depends on the group, man. If the group votes it as the majority, it would be on. But otherwise, there's really nothing else I could do.
I mean, the only other way, I mean, as you guys know, we pick an anime of the week each week. Every week is an ongoing anime. It's an ongoing anime that's airing right now, and then every other week we, as admins, we each pick a category that we believe should contend, and then in that category, each of us as individual admins pick our favorite from that category. And then from that category, we put a poll into the group, and we have you guys as the group vote on that contender. So, like Andrew just said, it's up to you guys. If we ever put it on the poll, it's up to you guys whether it wins or not. And to be fair, if there's ever a category, I mean, Casher and Sins falls under Seinen. Well, no, sorry, Shonen actually. Shonen, I don't even know. I mean, that's just something where you guys are in charge of that. So, just again to everybody here watching, we're asking you guys to ask us questions. Anything you guys would like to ask us, be sure to ask and we'll answer it. Rank
Yes, you can.
Lickman.
Yes, you can. I was just about to say that. Yes, Rank Lickman, you can become moderator of Dank Memes. That is your job.
My question is, how does one become an official moderator of Dank Memes?
He has to make about 10 memes out of each admin, which I'm pretty sure he already made like 20 out of me, but still.
Yeah,
a bunch of lolly fucking.
Okay,
yeah.
So streaming from our YouTube channel. Actually, I don't think we're actually gonna answer this question. I don't know if we can answer this question.
What is it?
Wait, I've got it. Yeah, it's not enough.
No.
It's not enough lube.
Yeah, I don't think we can answer that.
What is it? What is it? I want to know.
I think you should be watching the YouTube channel itself. Well, anyway, I'm gonna answer your question. XL Cross Fallon
That's
IX.
me.
Oh, that's you. What the hell?
You said that's questions.
I hate you so much. At least somebody answered for you. They answered for you very nicely. One of your followers answered you very nicely. Quit trolling us.
Yeah, but I need more. more. Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay, so Alexander Beatrix from our Anime Manga Legends group asked us a question. This is probably pertained more to Dante and Andrew because I haven't caught up with the newest part. Without spoilers, who do you think will be the main villain of Jojo Lion?
Wow. From where I can see, I'm around chapter 20, 25. I think Dante would be the best person to answer this question for you, believe it or not. But it might be somebody in the Higashikata family. It might be.
It's definitely.
I don't know. We don't. It's definitely. It might be Norisuke, but I mean, who knows? No, nobody knows yet. But Dante, you answer this because you're more qualified for it. Without spoilers.
I would have to
Without
say,
spoilers.
what's her face? I have a few suspects. That would be the big brother of the family, Jobin. He is extremely suspicious, having the biggest part in the main, one of the biggest part in the main stories, which I won't go into, because that doesn't come until like 30 chapters. Or one of Kara's best friends from when he was younger.
Huh.
Alrighty. Well, I know nothing about what's going on because I'm still on SBL. It's SBR. Sorry. So I have no opinion on this.
I'm still barely in the part 4 manga, so
Again, everybody watching, we are accepting questions from you guys watching. So anything you guys have to ask, make sure you ask us, and that's both on our YouTube channel and our Anime Manga Legends group that we are currently streaming to. So don't be afraid to ask any questions. All right, William Boris, which is actually one of our admins in our Anime Manga group as well. He asked us, what are each of your favorite or one of your favorite anime movies?
Ooh. I'll be the last
sort
one to
of
answer this.
wait, what was the question?
Favorite
I'll
anime.
What are your favorite anime movies?
Ooh.
What is your one favorite?
Oh, okay.
I got this. I can go first if you guys need to think.
Well, I actually have one. Let's play rock, paper, scissors on who gets to decide. Okay.
That's last.
Sai
Let's go.
Shoraku! Okay, but anyway, I had to do that. Sorry. But anyway, I just wanted to scream that, but you go first. You go first.
What is this, Boy to Man? Sorry, that's a part 4 character. Fucking what's it called? Sword of the Stranger. That story, the animation, superb. I fucking love that movie.
I can agree to that.
I've watched it so many times.
It was very good. Like
Very
honestly, so.
For me, personally, my favorite anime movie, I want to be cliched and say a Studio Ghibli movie, but I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be cliched. And the reason I'm not going to be cliched is Andrew actually reminded me on why I love this movie so much. Just the other day with his post on the page, he posted on his page, on our page, our Anime Legend page, that you guys should all check out. And that's the Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door movie. I freaking love that movie. Honestly, that's one of the first movies I ever watched. And growing up watching Cowboy Bebop, 15 years ago, it's just, I love it. I love Cowboy Bebop. And everybody loves Cowboy Bebop. If you haven't watched it, you're clearly a scrub. And you should probably go watch it right now. It's what classic, it's, for at least for America as well, it's a classic anime that everybody should be watching. And the movie was just superb.
I've been delaying Cowboy Bebop to.
You don't watch anything, so stop. You're gonna drop it anyway.
You'll drop it after the first episode.
Let me finish.
well-
Let me finish.
Oh.
I was gonna wait until I have the patience and the motivation to watch it all in one day, so I don't drop it.
That's not that hard. It's 26 episodes.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
The movie's almost 2 hours long.
Um.
But
I've seen the movie.
what's your favorite
Okay.
anime? Andrew. Anime
Oh.
movie.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought we were
Fally.
gonna ask-
I will
me?
go last.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. My favorite animated movie, like anime movie in general, but I would have liked to say that it was Madoka Magica Movie 3 Rebellion because I actually loved that. Like it definitely made up for the ending for me, but that's not my favorite. My favorite movie, it's very underrated, is the movie Colorful. It's just called Colorful, but
That movie is
literally
amazing.
it is amazing. So what it's about, though, it's basically like some person is in the afterlife, and they had done something bad. Well, that's what they were meant to believe. But they were gonna be given a second chance at life, but they would have to live life through a child's body who had died. So basically he was in the hospital, but so he would be waking up inside this kid's body, and he would be living out life from that perspective. So it's everything strange to him because he doesn't know his surroundings, he doesn't know the people around him, and he doesn't know how to interact with them. He's basically like new to all of this. It's like his memories are in a daze. So the movie is literally fucking like dull. Like it has this like bland atmosphere. It's very bland. It was lifeless, and I was like, I feel like this is going to pertain to the name a lot. So then later on, as the movie's going on, he starts to come to appreciate life more and more, and the colors are just getting more vibrant, and the characters are coming to life. And I was like, oh, okay. And just the overall climax of a movie, like everything that happened from start to finish, it all made sense, and I cried. Like I wasn't really feeling it. Like I was like I don't think I'm gonna cry during this. But then one sentence at the end of a movie, and I was like, oh, I'm in tears, and I was just crying. I was like, this is really just impressive. So it was an amazing movie, and it's my favorite.
Interesting. Never heard of it.
There's some anime that are similar. Some manga, sorry, that are similar. That if you haven't heard of, I can throw out.
Stop
there
giving
for you.
manga recommendations, bro. You're straying out of topic.
No,
Like
no,
just also
it's
randomly.
it's similar to Colorful. If I can remember the name.
Oh.
Uh,
If you can remember the name.
I'm trying to find it now. One
Well,
sec.
while you're thinking right now, Andrew, what do you think your favorite movie is about anime movie?
If I really had to be honest, probably 5 centimeters per second.
5 centimeters per second. I cried like a little bitch that movie.
I
I'm not gonna
think
lie.
the soundtrack is beautiful. The animation is. I think it's one of the best animated movies as far as animation goes. I mean, it's just completely outstanding. The tone of it is pretty simple. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite romance themed anime I've ever seen. Even when it comes to like just anime series, 5 centimeters per second is just one of my favorite. So yeah.
And that's pretty understandable, actually.
I love 5 centimeters per second. It was a very the animation was just beautiful. Just it was beautiful. There's really not much more to say to that. Music was fantastic. So, very good movie.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It looks like we have a question in. What?
What
Oh, no.
what anime legend has made you? Okay, so basically, what anime has made you? Okay, I think I get it. What legendary anime has made you guys cry on multiple occasions? I think that's it.
Wolf's Rain.
I don't know what.
Oh no,
Cheyenne
okay.
Tom's-
They mean just
Cheyenne
anime.
Tom's is-
Okay.
Cheyenne Tom is the person who asked this question. Okay, yeah, she
I know.
autocorrected as anime.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. We know Cheyenne Tom. She used to be a admin for us.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
she's not anymore. She got to step down. But that's a shout out to Cheyenne. How are you, Cheyenne? She asked, "What anime has made you guys cry on multiple occasions?" Well, I'm going to answer this question, and I'm going to pretty much say maybe 50% of the anime out there, whether it was sad to most people or not, I cry very easily. And I'm a very big, I like to say, very big, muscular black man, and I cry at everything.
Black buff Kagura.
I am Black Buff Kagura, and I have a very soft spot for just sad things. I just can't do it. But I will say the anime that made me cry the most. I'll have to think about this. That's the next person.
Okay. What made me cry the most, and while I'd love to say that it was like One Piece and everything with the death of the Going Merry, because that really tore me apart. It was
Not
like
really.
it was like the end of a dream for like some people, and I was just like, damn, that fucked me up. But what anime has really fucked me up the most, it's a tie between Rainbow, Nishiga Rokubo no Shishinen, and Bokura Gaita. But with what Rainbow did, I won't spoil it or anything. I won't
So
spoil
good.
it. But
It's so good.
it's a dark slice of life, and basically it's following teenagers in like a reformatory, and they're being treated like absolute piles of fucking shit. They were being abused. They finally escape with some other person, and what happens in episode 12 was so fucking dark.
Rip.
It was so
Spoil
dark,
stuff.
and I'm not going to spoil anything, but what happened in episode 12 was just like, holy fuck. And I wasn't ready for it. And then the song that started playing afterwards during it, Dear Night Rainbow, like I was fucked up. I put my headphones down. I went into the corner of my room and I fucking balled up into the corner. I cried. I felt like I was traumatized. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And
Oh.
I cried. I was so depressed. And then, you see, at the time, my ex-girlfriend was watching with me too, and she called me on the phone and said she was doing the same thing, and she was crying too. She was crying harder than me, and so we were just both fucking taken back by this. It was so depressing. Like, fuck.
Alrighty.
Yeah. To comment on that, I think Rainbow's a really good slice of life. It's not even a slice of life; it's more of a sign-in. But I'm gonna have to go out of my way and say that Brother's death was a little bit forced. Of course, we
What
don't know who
did you
that
say?
is. That death was a little bit forced, but it definitely was very impactful. I think it was a very good anime.
Was that the anime
Nonetheless.
that made you cry the most? Is that
No.
the answer to your question?
No, no, I was talking about Rainbow, but the anime that made me cry the most is Wolf's Rain, because
Oh,
These-
okay. We've discussed that. Yes, I cried like a little bitch in that. Oh
they
god.
don't even they have such shitty road, and they want to go through hope, and they have this faint hope that they're gonna get happiness and get to paradise, and they all get fucked over. They literally all die. It's so fucked up. It's just I'm like, all right, one's gonna make it. Nope. Oh, it's okay. The other one's dead. But you know what? It's just so fucked. Yeah, Wolf's
All
Rain
right.
definitely made me cry.
Is it my turn now?
I cried. I'm gonna tell you what I cried, and it's since I don't really know, because I cry and everything. I'm just gonna say Gintama because Gintama's the best, and if anybody doesn't think it's the best, it is the best.
It's not
So,
the best.
Fucking
yeah.
shit, bro. Gintama's crap.
Gintama's the best. Next, we have another question.
Wait.
Wait! You're skipping over
Oh,
Dante.
Dante!
Man.
Forgot you're here. Oh,
Whoa,
Sorry
rude.
about
You're
that.
skipping over the invisible dude.
Honestly, JoJo, Stardust Crusaders to be specific. Oh, and
Oh.
Steel Ball Run, and Stardust Crusaders.
Stable Run's
okay.
not
So
an
I
anime.
haven't finished Stardust. I haven't finished Steel Ball Run yet, so I know it's sad at the end, but I don't know exactly what
Okay,
happens. So don't spoil
Andrew
it.
knows what I'm talking about. Andrew
Yeah,
knows.
but some faggots spoiled it for me, so I couldn't savor it.
And part 2 was sadder than part 3 of JoJo. Sorry.
Nah. I got so attached
I mean-
to the Stardust Crusaders.
I did too. I mean, okay. First of all,
I mean, I credit the both, but that's beside the point.
the part 2, I was just so much more attached to him, to Seppali. It was just so I mean, I'm not even gonna say names because spoiler, but still, I was so attached to the part 2's counterpart of JoJo, Joseph. And then part 3, it just came out of nowhere. I mean, of course, I was attached to everybody, and it's just JoJo kills are my favorite characters every single part.
All right.
Part.
We have about 3 more questions we can answer until we're gonna wrap things up.
All right.
3 more questions to answer. From our YouTube channel, Lil Kohai, you asked us. All right, now there's something we have to settle. We have to settle this. What type of animal girl is the best, and why is it cat girls? So you're telling us what the answer is to the question, but I have to disagree. I like squirrel girls, so
It's cat girls because of Nekohime.
it really is cat girls. I mean, if it isn't
Meow.
anything but cat girls, I don't know what the hell you're watching, except for Masa Musame, but
One
Yeah.
sec.
I don't know what
Fucking
the hell.
spider bitches.
I like fucking spider bitches.
Bro, that's such a weeb anime. Monster Musume is such a weeb anime. I'm sorry, I just have to put it out there. Sorry if I
It's
offended
so-
anybody in insulting your
it's-
weeb anime.
Can I say something? Oh wait, I'll just show it. Continue,
Don't
guys.
show it. No, don't show anything weird because this is a podcast. This is a podcast. It'll have to stay the same. We're not showing things.
not weird.
What is your favorite?
No, that's what I'm gonna show and why it's the best.
No, we can't. We can't do that.
We have to reprimand fucking Dante every 5 minutes.
Yeah, Dante. No, if you're gonna change it, you can't because we're in the middle. What's it called? We have to make it seem like we can't change what's on the screen. It has to stay the same. Now we're gonna, since you haven't
Okay.
anybody else. The resounding answer to that is cat girls. So
No.
yeah.
I'll just post it in the comments. Oh, why is it not letting me
sure.
do photos?
Do that.
Okay, it's the squirrel. It's the raccoon girl from
Rac-
Shield
Oh
Hero.
my god.
From Shield Hero. Okay. Well, I have no idea who that is. We have another question we're gonna answer. I have to see who's next in the order. Okay. Our next question is from Alexander Beatrix. Our favorite survival series, anime or manga.
I am a hero.
I love this. Survival as in like elimination or like okay, if that's hard. I'm gonna go last.
I am a hero.
I don't even know.
I am
Think
a
about
hero.
this. Hard question because I like a few of survival anime. I'm gonna say Sora Online.
What? Get the fuck
Kidding.
out of here.
I'm kidding. Don't lynch me.
I actually
Sam.
got triggered for a second.
I am a hero. I'm
We get it.
surprised.
But, okay, yes.
I'm su-
Battle Royale is my favorite survival anime.
Fuck you.
I have to
Fuck
say.
you. Fuck you. It's not an anime, but it's a manga. But fuck you. I was gonna pick it.
I think he said anime and manga. So
Damn it. Fuck you. Okay. I'll have to think of another one. But yeah, Battle Royale is my favorite as well.
I am a hero.
what I would like to say is my favorite. Honestly, like it has a shit ending manga wise, but I really liked the fuck out of Cage of Eden. Cage of Eden was some pretty good shit, but
Oh, rip. There goes the call. Hi guys, how are you today? Well, this is awkward. Should we do it?
okay. So
I had a,
Now we're back. We're back.
oh yeah. We had technical difficulties, everyone. So I guess that really did drop for all of us, didn't it?
That was weird.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So as I was in the middle of saying, basically,
Are we still on air? Are we still on air?
yeah.
okay.
I-
What's up, guys?
Okay. Sinclair, hold on.
Try to be-
Sinclair.
Try to be brief. Valley, try to be brief.
Okay,
Like,
I'm trying to be brief. Okay, so I liked Cage of Eden. It had a very shit ending, but it was a very good survival manga. It was actually kind of like Lost, and Jurassic Park, but actually
I love
pretty.
Lost.
But it was actually pretty damn good for what it was, and it was really interesting. It was an interesting take. Some things were a bit ridiculous, but I really loved it, and that was nice. But I'm currently in the middle of reading Liar Game, and that seems like a very interesting survival manga. So yeah, that's that.
You should
I
try.
actually really agree.
I don't really
I
care.
think Cage of Eden was excellent.
You should try Eden.
Just for everybody wondering who just joined in the call, this is Sinclair. He's one of Anime Legend's top reviewers. He's a very valuable person to us, and he's joining us in the call for the last couple minutes of our podcast. He wasn't able to join us in the beginning, but he will be here for mostly every week after this. So this is Sinclair, everybody. Say hi.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad to be here.
Who the fuck's that?
Awesome.
Who the fuck's that? He said.
Right.
Still here, so I can't do
A
that.
little late, fashionably late, no problem.
Bro, this is
For a
what like Dante.
For a survival
Alright.
manga, I'd like to give a shout out to Eden. It's an endless world.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
he just fucking. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Just whatever. Since Chris picked my favorite, which is Battle Royale by far, I think I'm
Just pick Phantom. Just pick Phantom.
Oh, Phantom isn't survivable, is it?
Yeah, it is. I
I
consider
guess not
Phantom.
necessarily.
I think okay. Well, Phantoms. I'm just gonna give a shout out to Fate Zero. Not
Fate
Fate.
Zero? I mean, I love freaking Fate Zero. But that's
Hey,
just so
Zero,
really
fair enough. Can't blame you
I'm
for
not
reading
gonna
that.
pick. I'm not picking Unlimited Budget Works. I'm not picking Fate Stay Night. I'm
Fate
picking
Zero was
Fate
amazing.
Zero.
Budget work. Fate Zero's the
Amazing.
right one. That's the good call.
Definitely Fate Zero. I mean, it's not excellent. I mean, it could be considered excellent, especially
Well,
with Kitty.
it's no masterpiece, but I mean,
Very
you know.
good. All right. So, next question.
We have one more question, but I kind of lost the questions that I was going to ask.
Just
Give me
pick,
one.
just do two more. Just do two more, just for the fuck of it.
I don't even know where.
I
The
saw
question's
one that I'd like to point out. Which anime or manga pisses you off the most?
Well, we already answered that. Oh,
Did
what
we?
I did here, I saw this question. This was up on the YouTube channel. Who asked this question? The question was to us. Who is our overall favorite waifu? I know we talked about our waifu
man.
of the years. I know we talked about our favorite waifu of the year so far, but somebody asked us who our favorite waifus in general are.
Let's respect each
So-
other's turn.
Tiger.
Okay.
Yeah,
go.
let's respect each other's taste.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
this
shout
is
out
pretty
to
tight.
my. I'm gonna shout out to my one and only, my true love.
Shitori.
The one that
Shitoge,
I
bro.
see myself
Shitoge.
forever. Everybody, quiet. This is a special moment. Shinige Saki, my beautiful, lovely wife.
Shitori.
I love
Yeah.
you. And everybody doesn't
Alright.
know who that is. She's from.
Not shocking.
Tiger.
Anybody who wants to see fan art of me and her together, you can look in the chat.
Dante,
Nice.
go up.
That's classy.
Tiger.
Taiga?
Who Dante?
Tiger.
Oh,
Tiger Man, IDK, bro.
Fully animated.
Should I think Tyga's a very good choice. I like Tyga's.
But I liked what's her name better, the redheaded girl better than Daughter.
Fuck you.
Tyga's just like
Minoli's
Ty-
Minoli's
Oh,
trash.
Tyga's just like the typical tsundere.
But
Tiger.
she was an original. She wasn't an original. She set the standards.
On top Tiger.
She
Or
okay.
so.
She set the standard. That's funny.
I think my main waifu. You know what? I'm gonna be that guy that says two because I can't pick between these two. For one, we have Major Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell, which is just bae. She is just
Okay.
beautiful. She's just beautiful, and then she's tied with Kurakami Madaka, which is
Oh,
just as
God. I
beautiful.
love Madaka.
Oh, jeez.
What about
Here we
You
go,
just want her
Madaka.
for her boobs. You just want her for her body.
Madaka,
It's all about the moves, man. That's what it is. That's her
Madaka-
appeal.
Madaka
Not
is
even-
amazing.
Not even that. The Madaka box manga is fucking insane. It just completely broke all the
One of the
show,
most
all the
Broken
tropes.
characters I've ever seen.
Nah, that's Ajumi Ijumi,
but
the one that has
Mad-
like
Medaka is just pure amazing, but the best girl of that manga and anime is Kumagawa. Always.
Oh, come on,
Kumagawa.
guys. No love for a Jimu, guys. Come on.
I love Ajimu, but Kumagawa is best girl. But
This Kumagawa is best girl.
my favorite waifu of all time, like currently, it's definitely Senna from the movie Bleach: Memories of Nobody. That was like
Wow.
that
We're
was,
going deep.
That was
Going real deep.
That was honestly just like that was one of my favorite movies for a long time. I really like my exposure to most anime movies. Of course, at first was just like Studio Ghibli movies, then those Naruto and Bleach movies that you'd see. And so when I watched Bleach: Memories of Nobody, I loved Senna's character, and I thought that was great development. And I love the way Ichigo looked at her. Like I was like, Ichigo, stop looking at her that way. You got Rukia. But just the way he looked at her and the ending songs, I think it's Senwo Yoru Koete by Aqua Times, was a beautiful song, and its lyrics are so fucking incredible. Like, I've always said that these guys are lyrical geniuses, but they are literal fucking lyrical geniuses. It complemented the movie, and I was like, I love Senna, and I have such a Senna obsession. Like, I swear every freaking 2 months on my fucking personal profile, I change my profile picture to Senna.
How somebody from just the movie can really make such an impact towards you to make it your waifu of all time.
Yeah,
top waifu. That's honors. That's big honors.
Yeah, she's just amazing to me. So yeah.
Who is your favorite waifu, Sinclair?
Mine? All right. Well, this is tough for me. This one's hard on me. I've got a list here. It's like 1,000 characters long.
Oh, you gotta give us just one. You gotta give us just one.
It's so. Oh, you guys are killing. It's so tough for me, man.
For me too.
All right. If I'm giving just one, I have to hand out honorable mentions. Like.
I had 8 waifus. 8 of them. I had 8 of them. Jeez. And then I had to choose between one.
Oh,
I had to pick
just one, guys. This is hard, man. All right, just one. Lilith Asami from Trinity 7.
What? Whoa.
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. Just one.
That was pretty shocking.
I am surprised.
I mean, Trinity 7 was a decent show back in 2014, but
show's not good. Show's not good. Just that design.
She was. I liked her though. I liked her personality. I don't know. That's a bold pick though.
No
so
comment.
many good waifus out there. I should just pull up my my waifu list so everybody can see who the true top waifu.
Oh man.
Honestly, I think Inaba should be the top of your waifu list because the rest are shit.
I mean, she is in my waifu list. So.
Oh come on.
But
I'd like to give
one more question.
Wait, I'd like to give an honorable mention to the best Sundra, and that would be Senjou Hara.
Sundere.
Sundra.
Sundere.
Sundra.
Yeah.
Sundra, not Sundere. Sundra.
Okay.
That is Senjou Hara. From the.
Oh, Senjou Hara.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Senjou Hara from Bakemonogatari.
Oh, from Bakemonogatari.
Bakemonogatari series. Yeah. She's good. She's good. She's a little icy.
She's one of my waifus too. Top 8.
Yes.
Oh,
she's
come on, guys.
So
right. She's my
one
second.
last question we have. One last question we have. It's from our YouTube channel. We have somebody asked us. This is a very interesting question because we're getting into the climax. We just passed the climax of the manga, and it's pretty much over. And it's a resounding, amazing over. And speaking of my favorite waifu, how do you guys feel about the last chapter of Nisekoi?
Okay, I'm gonna answer this first.
Oh, good. Thank goodness, man. I'm so happy, man.
Fucks about it. I could give 2 fucks about. I'm just gonna answer this before everybody starts ranting. I could honestly give 2 fucks about Nisekoi. End of speech.
For your uninvited
someone likes Onodera, bro. Someone's in tears over Onodera, dude.
I really don't know anything about Nisekoi, so that's why my opinion is invalid.
Well then, yeah.
Fair enough.
Personally, as everybody knows, Shinige is my favorite waifu of all time, and she is my wife. And I was so happy I screamed like a little girl. I know Ashton Julian's no longer watching this, but I screamed like a little bitch. And
Man,
I was
I
so
would
happy.
say I did. Yeah, no, same, absolute same. Real tears. No shame in admitting this. Absolutely no shame. But I had real tears in my eyes, man. Not that Nisekoi is anything fantastic to write home about as an anime. I mean, it's really good, but man, Chitoge, dude, she's something else.
And you know what? I'm gonna shout out to Jaden Collins and our Anime Legends Facebook group. Screw you. Chitoge is not a slut. You are.
Okay, okay, so, alright,
Yeah.
basically what I want to say about Nisekoi is how I feel about the final chapter. Alright, so, I have come to, over time, like, okay, I used to love Nisekoi. I've been reading it since its first chapter. Like, I've been reading it since, like, it
Same.
began, basically. And the same goes for series like Yamada-kun and Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, but, like,
Oh,
I don't know-
Yamada-kun.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one brought up.
But with Nisekoi though, Nisekoi has been very interesting to me. At first, I really didn't like Chitoge because I was just like, damn it, why do we have to start out with like the typical tsundere? Like, can we not just start? Can we not just start like that? Like, you know, it would have been, I would have been fine. I was like, but can we not start like that? Like, it'd be nice over time, but don't start like that. And I really liked Onodera, and I was actually all for, like, as the manga went on for that little bit, I was just like, hell yeah, Team Onodera and Team Chitoge, I liked them both. They were both fucking cute to me. I was like, damn. And then suddenly I was like, wait a minute, Tsugumi's also a part of this? Like, wait, now she's a part of this, like, harem or something?
Yeah, everyone's a part.
And so I was like, fuck. And I was like, holy shit.
Everyone is cool.
I was like, Tsugumi's great. And then they introduced Marika, and okay, like, you know, I'm just giving my opinion real quick, is that, like, how I really like the girls and what I really started to dislike about Nisekoi, but I loved, like, at first I loved, like, you know, like, all these girls, and then over time I was like, I prefer Onodera over Chitoge, and then I was like, I prefer Tsugumi over Chitoge, like, I wasn't really showing much
Never
love.
did I change. Never did I change.
I wasn't
Chitoge from day one.
But I wasn't about I wasn't about Chitoge or anything. And then when Marika came in, she annoyed me to some extent because I was like, she's fucking crazy. But then, like, what she did in the manga, what she did in the manga was very good to me because honestly, okay, so she not only she has health problems and yet she works so hard.
Hold on. Like, before we go into that, let's not.
Can we not drag this out?
Oh, I'm not gonna drag it out that much. I'm just saying is that, like, she has health
Only 20
problems.
minutes.
She worked really hard for, like, Raku's love and everything, and then she was really good as a contender, and so I put her up there, and I was like, I love her. She's like my number one. And then, like, Komi, the fucking author of Nisekoi, Komi fucking started, like, I don't know what the fuck he started doing, but then Onodera started getting, like, sidelined, and then Tsugumi was being given more development. I was like, what are you doing? And then suddenly Chitoge's being given all this development. Like, Chitoge was just thrown up there. And
the most development.
Yeah, but
before that, it was a mix of everything, and that's what I really like that he did with the manga in general. He gave everybody spotlight all the time, and it was never really focused on one person. Yes, Chitoge, which we could tell from the one shot, was the main heroine. So
yeah, she was gonna get it. I mean, Nisekoi doesn't have a story if he doesn't end up with Chitoge, dude. It doesn't have a story otherwise. Like,
he was giving. He gave spotlight to everybody, and that's what I appreciated. But we all know who was going to be the winner. And talking about the last chapter specifically,
all of them,
last chapter
great
specifically was a very refreshing show. I mean, the chapter before when Raku, rejected Onodera. If you haven't seen this, the Sekoi, sorry for the spoiler. But if you haven't seen it, then that did happen. But he did it well. Kobe read it well. It wasn't something that was overly drug out. It was to
it wasn't
the point.
brutal.
It was
only drug out for like 10 years.
It's not.
Well,
hey.
I mean,
it was very dragged out, and like what I was just trying to get into is that like all these characters were getting development, but Onodera wasn't really given anything. And like, while I don't think she's not my favorite girl or anything, I feel like she was fucked over. She was just fucked over in my opinion, and I'm really mad at Komi for it. Like what?
She fucked herself over. That's how she was written.
It was gonna be Chitoge, guys. It was gonna be Chitoge all along. It had to happen at some point.
I know it was going to be Chitoge all along. That's not what I'm like saying. I'm just saying is that Onodera got fucked over because Komi fucking wrote her in a way that she's never going to do anything. So it's
differently. Actually, I think I talked about this before with you before. How Onodera is if you take, I don't know if anybody who's watching this can relate, but you take an average 15, 16-year-old girl in high school who has social problems, who has problems, relaying their feelings. I think Onodera is written pretty normally. There is plenty of times in life where we are afraid to admit our feelings to people that we love and have let things fly by, and that's what regret is, and that's what people have regret. And the thing is, at the end, it proved that she had no longer regrets for herself, and they actually fleshed that out very well. I think she went out like she was a normal, I think personally in real life, a normal girl who eventually decided to break that stem and decide that she was going to admit and she wasn't going to have her regrets. I think she I don't want to drag this out any longer than it needs to be, but I think all in all, Onodera, she was normal, and that the typical reactions of a normal high school girl.
She was realistic.
It really was.
She was realistic. Same thing. Most realistic of the characters, honestly. Like let's be totally honest. All of the character designs fantastic in that show. Really, the big draw to that show, the character designs. But she was the most realistic one.
I agree. And that's that. I don't want to get too much deeper into that. I think the last chapter pretty much finalized in Sekoi. Probably be another 1 or 2 chapters, and that'll probably be
two. Probably 2 more. That's. I'll put it out there right now. It's my guess. 2 more.
I think 2 more.
All right, go on to the last question.
It's been a while, 4 years now, but that's pretty much. I don't think we received many more questions now, and we've pretty much hit our time limit on how much we're supposed to be talking here.
Could I quickly?
This has been a fun time, as you guys know. This has been our first official podcast from Anime Legend, and we're happy to be talking here. I mean, this is a good time. Everybody who was involved, thank you for watching. If you haven't checked out our social media, please give a check out. Give our pages a like, which is Anime Legend. If you look it up, give our page a like. Our YouTube channel, which we're streaming through right now, which is Anime Legend as well. Give us a like if you're watching currently. We will be doing our podcast every week. Sometimes we might do it sooner, different times, but we always will be doing our podcast Tuesday at 8:30 Eastern Time. So always come by, check us out. We'll be streaming on both YouTube and in our Facebook group, and possibly in other mediums once we get the chance. We'd like to thank you again for everybody who is in the podcast right now. Dante for streaming this for us. Andrew for being such a great admin. Isaiah, who is from Enter the Fally Zone, who has been helping us with everything we were doing and joining us in our podcast and being a host with us. And Sinclaire, who's been a great help to our team in general. And everybody who's been watching in this group. We're happy that you guys have been able to inspire us to do these things. Me personally, I know for me and Andrew personally, it all started with you guys in the group, and we want to keep making sure that you guys are happy and that we can give you guys the content that you guys want. So again, check us out every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time for our next podcast. We might be doing them sooner, but always expect us at that time. We'll announce in the group if we ever do one in between. So give our YouTube a subscribe. And give Enter the Fally Zone a like, too, if you haven't.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys.
We appreciate
Shout out to Lilith. I'm keeping her all to myself.
Just before we finish, I need to throw out a very important manga recommendation.
Oh, God, Dante. We're hanging up now. Thank you, guys. Have a great time. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Goodbye.
Don't forget to watch JoJo.
Shout out Burn Castle. Shout out Mondaiji. Just saying.
Alrighty.
But seriously, read.
Have a good night, guys.
Seriously, read Dead Demons Destruction. Seriously, read it.
Dante, Dante, I'm not gonna read anything you haven't finished.
It's by the same author of Pun Pun.
I haven't finished Pun Pun, so.
I finished Pun Pun. I read that all in one day.
You want to fucking kill myself by chapter 5.
Alright, guys.
Dead Demons Destruction then.
No, it literally made me want to fucking kill myself by chapter 2. Like, poor fucking dude. Poor chicken guy.
He's
a pigeon.
He's portrayed like that.
Wait, he's not even just a pigeon or anything. The reason why he's portrayed like that is because at the end of Pun Pun, technically, as you're like,
are you guys?
What?
The stream.
Is it still streaming?
Yeah.
Yes, Dante. Off the stream.
Dante.
Nah.
But anyways, though,